Hello and welcome to LCK Challenger League live at the WDG Esports Studio. I am Valdez. With me is Mounicler. How are you guys doing? It has been quite the off season.
We are back.
We're back.
We're here. I mean, yeah, if you're a Challenger fan, you were already back yesterday, but we were not. It was Wolf and it was Atlas. A wonderful job, but now we are also back.
They did all right, but now the real professionals will take over from here.
I don't want to get in the whole
Good
thing.
work, guys. You did your best, but now we're going to step in and take day number 2. Of course, the much more important day because we do have the debut of OK Savings Bank Brion a little bit later on, which is very important. Yeah, it's been nice having some time to do some other things, but now we're back.
Yeah, we've both been working though.
Both been very busy.
Yeah, actually,
very busy.
Had a lot of time off. You've been Valoranting it up.
Yeah, Valoranting, crossing some
Also
fires.
true. Yeah, streaming consistently.
Consistent streamer.
Good old Brendan Valdez.
And you went and did the mid-season
Unfortunately,
invitational.
you had to go to London, but the tournament was
Yeah.
great.
Did you get any good food over there? How was the food? Some people were like, actually, it's fine. Other people were like, it's actually really bad.
No, there was one. I actually had one vetted Malaysian restaurant, which was good.
Okay.
And then there was also some of the best Indian food I've ever had, understandably, because you're in the UK, you know, so the amount of British restaurants that do good curry is
Did you eat Nando's?
A lot. I did not eat Nando's.
Did you meet
I've had Nando's
Astronautilus?
before. I did, yes. I took a picture with him, which was cool.
Wait, Astronautilus TX?
Yes.
The guy from Texas?
Yes. I know. It was wild.
Wait, he was in London?
There was also a Dundon fan who, you know, I was that he shipped to Jersey, which I think it cost him a lot because it was worth. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Valdez really does do it all. It is just the best.
Yeah. You need someone to cut down a tree outside your house. I can do that too. I've been watching Beef recently. It's pretty good, actually.
Oh, I've heard the show. Yeah, no, I've heard it's wonderful.
What's his face? The guy from
I've heard it's really
Walking
good.
Dead. Yeah, it's quite good. It's very nice. It gives me what's the other show? White Lotus vibes.
I still need to watch that.
It's pretty similar in terms of the vibes. Either way, we do have a tournament of League of Legends going on. You guys may have noticed. Round 1 starts yesterday and will end in about a month, and then we do have round 2, and then we get into playoffs. Just like always, it will be pretty similar to the weeks in which the LCK is also going on. LCK is starting tomorrow, by the way. Definitely make sure you guys are watching that, as it will be a lot of fun. A lot of money on the line as well.
Yeah, really has. And we already know how big Challengers is. Even this split, right, between the spring and summer season, we have seen Quid, I think was one of the most notable signings, gone over to 100 Thieves, even though we haven't seen him play yet, which I'm not going to get into that. As today, starting off with Hanwha versus Nongshim, and we do actually have, even though not for these two teams, some roster changes as well when we get to OK Bro versus T1.
Yeah, OK Man Brion. It's OK Savings Bank, right? And then there is the OK Man,
which is like their mascot, I want to say. And he
then
looks like
OK
a carrot.
Bro.
Yes.
But like, why is the logo OK Man Brion now? What?
It's actually,
why
you know,
shouldn't it be OK
what's even
Brion?
funnier is like man bro is to say, people say that in Dutch, you know, like man bro. It's like just a double. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Instead of saying just bro, you say man bro as a joke.
Oh, as a joke.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, man bro. So
you say that
is
too.
actually,
Man, dude,
yeah,
bro,
exactly.
son,
so that
pal.
actually, that's a thing now in the LCK, which I
in
can't
the LCK.
believe.
Man.
Sometimes, you know, the collective wish of us wanting a meme to exist wills it into existence.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? But we will get into that a little bit later on today. OK Man Brion will be waiting to play up against, of course, a little known org. You may have heard of them. It is T1. But we'll get into that later. First, we do have Life Esports up against Nongshim Red Force. As you mentioned, should be pretty similar, but I'm curious to see what they have prepared for this patch, because this patch is one of the patches of all time.
Jiwoo has been playing a wild variety of Nila builds. I wouldn't even be surprised if we end up seeing some bans going that way. I think Nongshim's strength generally has been how resourceful of a team it is, even though obviously they really lost all the players that made them so good last year. A lot of, I think, the coaching structure is still there. For Hanwha, it's also easy to forget this was actually one of our best teams, right? Like, this was individually a quite strong team, and then they got cheesed 3 times in a row by T1 in playoffs, and they kind of just, that was just the end of it. So in theory, even though Hanwha ended up being 4th, and we had on the other side Nongshim doing a lot worse, ending up in 6th place, I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up going all the way. If we do see, even though yesterday was strictly 2-0s, I think a lot of those matchups more lopsided on paper as well.
As the fans have come out in droves.
Super dive.
Let's go for summer. So Life Esports, they also have a mascot. It is that bear. I've seen it multiple times. I don't know what his name is, or her name is, or its name is. I don't know.
I see Grizzly.
The
is it just
Grizzly
that
is one of the players. He is the jungle behind Guwon.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll see if he actually does come out here. As meanwhile, Nongshim Red Force, Jiwoo's probably on the same sleep schedule as me. I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning today because I was up casting Crossfire all night for the entire weekend.
Perfect.
That is why I swapped days with Atlas and he did yesterday.
You're a machine, fellas. Not unlike Jiwoo.
I did have the 1 day break, though.
But Jiwoo is a silly machine. I love this player. Is one of the, or actually is the only player that has won challengers on this roster, of course. Won last year with the rest of the squad that is currently in the LCK. Easy to forget because Vital had played with the team before, was gone for a little bit, went over to the LGL, and we have seen him also return to the LCK. But Jiwoo is actually a challenger winner, as some Jiwoo fans, understandably, this guy is just very fun to watch. Is he the cleanest player? No, but he doesn't really need to be. And for Nongshim today, I really am looking forward to their read on the patch. I think this patch is completely bonkers. There are a lot of things that are completely insane, as we saw. Actually, the first time these two teams met, it was Nongshim who was able to 2-0 them, and then subsequently Life Esports able to get the 2-1 victory. But I think that might be another 2-1 scenario today, or Valdez.
Yeah, we better go 3 games for this. I want to learn more about the patch here in Challenger League. We do have, of course, as I mentioned, we have LCK tomorrow, so a nice little buffer. Couple of days, we get to learn a little bit, see what the Korean teams are thinking, and kind of go in with a bit of a preparation, as we are going to jump into the pick band here in just a moment.
I also really appreciate Rooster's hair. I'm very glad he stuck with it. And Rooster, coming into this team, was such a kind of random move last year after they dropped Lucalyx. Wasn't really working out, even though I do fondly remember his Urgot. And Rooster just came in and was just kind of good from the get-go. Was able to help the rest of the team propel themselves to that 4th place, as unsurprising. If you've watched any competitive play thus far, Nico and Emilio all going to be taken off the board.
Yeah, those champs are not allowed. It is against the rules.
Nami ban or Lucian ban? You know, one of the two.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that is coming from Nongshim as well.
I like that, though. Rooster is a big Cassante enjoyer. We do have Jace still available, and they're going to heavily prioritize that here. And
unsurprisingly.
Yeah, I mean, Jace very good at the moment. Gragas, though, as well. The remnants of the tank top meta outside of Cassante, definitely. Gragas can get some stuff going up there.
Yeah.
Mila is open as well.
The items have changed, but the meta is basically the same as it was during MSI. as the bans are a little different. Obviously, Milio is super busted. Haven't seen yet. I don't even think that as far as support going, it's similar to Lulu. It's not the most engaging. It's just really, really strong in what it does. Provide extremely reliable peel and counter engage, while also giving your AD carry like an absurd amount of range is not very fair as Humble Life. Very well-rounded comp right from the get-go, right? It has the flex pick and Jace, although we've seen it mostly go mid. Has the Maokai for setup, able to provide lockdown, setup for the Jace as well, and provide some AP damage, although we have seen everyone kind of move away from AP Maokai, which I'm very happy about.
Sorry, I just, you said the lockdown in mid, I'm like, there's no Killjoy in this game. What are you talking about? I actually had that thought. Like, I actually had the off-season blues. The Valorant mind is still, it's still here, guys.
It's still there.
This is kind of scary.
Well, at least Zeri's banned.
Zeri is banned.
That helps.
No Neon in this one. Someone in the YouTube chat was asking about that. Yeah, Killjoy, it turns out, in Valorant is very popular. So Felios Lulu, the choice is here, and now, I mean, there's no bot lane chosen for Humble Life, so immediately...
So Lucian Jinx, probably?
Yeah. Right?
Seems that way. Obviously,
Can
we don't
Lure
know
play
where...
Mila?
I don't think so.
Not?
I don't think you should if your name is not Jibu. I think you should just don't. Probably gonna end up being Xayah, which with this composition I think is completely fine. Might actually end up going for the Xayah instead, because I do think that Jinx, although there is a lot of frontline, does struggle playing into Gragas at times. We'll see. Will be the Jinx, so probably going to do the Xayah pickup here for Humble Life.
Oh no!
Not a Xayah enjoyer.
I'm not a Xayah Rakan enjoyer, to be honest. I think it's great with their comp. Like, I think their engage is going to be disgusting, and they have, you know, a good amount of poke and hard engage with that, but yeah, I don't know. It's just not that fun, to be honest.
No, unless it's piloted by Ruler. It's like the one exception.
True. Yeah. Well,
it's like the one. Obviously, I'm not going to have that happen, at least not the challengers. As lock-in here, we are probably looking for a jungle and a mid laner, but there is still plenty of flex potential. And this is not really going to give too much away, because I actually do think Poppy top is in a pretty good spot on this patch. Even though it is not necessarily that great into what we've seen from Humble thus far, I do think that it can be played. So Nongshim can go Gragas mid with Poppy top, or Poppy jungle, or it can be Gragas top with Poppy jungle. Poppy mid seems not very likely, but Nongshim not giving anything away is
what?
Wow.
What is that champ? I don't know.
I'm actually this is, oh my god, Hanwha. I actually think Pantheon is in a pretty great spot. This is a wild carder. Duro has been known to play these aggressive picks. Player that does extremely well on the solo queue ladder, even when he was still on sandbox. Has done a lot. That's an insane.
Even
comp.
better. Wait, no, not Nautilus.
I mean, Nautilus is really good with Kai'Sa.
No, he's too good.
Yeah, no, I
see
know.
Him all the time.
Oh, there we go. That's Nongshim for you. What are they gonna end up picking? Does look like...
I didn't not sign up for this.
Oh, don't hover the fun things and then look Sejuani. That would be extremely depressing.
Well, there's no Trundle on Humble Life Esports.
Let's go!
Volibear, okay.
Where does he go?
All right, so it's Gragas mid, obviously.
This is some challengers, fellas. We get Kai'Sa, we get Volibear. So, I'm wondering, because there have actually been Volibear tops that have gone like Nashers and like Everfrost. Dundun is a big Everfrost top player. I can see you go like, why? I don't know. Ask him. And obviously is on the same org. Looks like it will be the Poppy top with the Volibear. Like this top side from Nongshim is really cracked, but if they fall behind, they have effectively 0 damage. So Sounda is going to have to do some early work, a lot of it, because if you get to late game team fights into the Humble Life comp, I think you're going to really struggle. Like your dive is really good. I think when Nongshim has a lead, like with the dive with Gragas and with Poppy and with Volibear, you can get a whole lot done. But your your FLEs is not going to live in late game team fights. Between the Ornn and the Nautilus Assault and Kai'Sa existing, it'd be a very tough ask here.
Yeah. Well, we we have a lot. We have a lot of
what? This
we have a lot of
really throwing
opinions
me
in the chat, which I love. Keep at it. There was someone wondering if this was the LPL. No, it's not the LPL. This is crazy. I love that we are on this new patch and we are already cooking in the first game.
I'm just happy that particularly Nongshim is doing what I expected from him, which is do weird stuff. You know, Poppy Top is not completely out there, but I do think it's a pick that has been kind of underappreciated in a lot of the pro play I've seen. And then Volibear, man, you know, maybe we're gonna see Clip bring it out again.
Yeah,
you know,
probably.
Renekton's getting buffed as well. Maybe they can get the back together for 2021 Gen.G.
All right. Well, guys, we got some League of Legends. I'm ready. I'm so ready for this. Let's jump into the game. Game 1, Match 4. So they were doing 3 yesterday. I think
I can do 4.
that's the new meta. I don't know
Do you prefer 4?
how it works anymore. Because they were doing 3 like really consistently.
Let's do 3 then.
But
But it is
last
4,
season
right?
we were doing 4.
Yeah, I don't know,
And
man.
we were like, is it 3? Is it 4? Okay, it's 3.5. And I think they just decided. Like, I turned on the stream like 10 minutes late. And I think I may have missed some early conversation about like, okay,
Well, so in
how are
game-
we going to do the dues here in summer?
So in game 1, there wasn't any. And then after that, they came back.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't really know what happened with the discourse on that. Might
Okay,
have to ask.
maybe if one of them is listening, they can let us know. This is very important.
I mean, obviously,
As
you know,
you know.
they're watching. It's challengers.
Mhm.
Gotta watch every
gotta
single
catch.
match.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
no
important.
off days
Absolutely.
in the LCK.
We just know they're playing Diablo 4 at home and watching. So if they're not doing that and like going outside or something weird like that, I don't know why you would ever do that.
Who would do that? That sounds horrible.
Go for a little walkie walk.
A little walkie walk, you know, for the silly mental health.
Yeah.
Let's do a walkie walk and
Who needs that? I just need video games and coffee. Yeah. Well, it is. I think it's 3.5. Yes, Diablo 4.
Casters, can you explain this draft in Pokemon terms, please? No, I can do it in cooking terms. Nice sidesteps there. Unfortunately, you're not going to find anyone.
Why is Kai'Sa a thing now? Why didn't they just play Zyra Khan?
I have no idea. Because I think Zyra Khan works really
Isn't
well
this
with
the
them.
Korean region?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that was the jokes. That was the joke they were saying before. Is this the LPL?
I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm also wondering what the itemization choices are going to be, because Kai'Sa is actually getting buffed on 13-12, as we have seen, is going to receive some buffs, because I think even a lot of her best builds, I saw some clips of like a really weird, I think it was like Static Shiv, Nashers, and Rageblade Kai'Sa that was just completely bonking people. But it also means that, you know, you're not getting your Q evolve, the evolve thresholds are actually getting changed as Guwon, optimistically looking for an invade on the Volibear with PTA.
Molecule says, if it's 2 times Noon Quiver Kai'Sa, I'm flying to Korea. Okay. Well,
Good to know.
We'll
see.
keep you updated.
Yeah,
Let's
I've heard of some really cursed builds.
Build-A-Bear Kai'Sa coming in hot.
Yeah, there's been like Serpent's Fangs First Lucians and like Collector Rushes, and it's been some shenanigans happening as face-off in the river.
Oh, yeah. I like how you said face-off because you're casting with me, the hockey guy. Well done.
I
Well
had
done.
no idea that was a hockey term.
Yes.
I was referencing
That's,
the iconic movie with Nick Cage and I want to say John Travolta.
Face-off?
Yeah.
The name of the movie is Face-Off, and it's not about hockey. What is it about then?
Well, I really can't do it justice. I think you should just look it up afterwards.
Okay.
It is hard to explain.
I don't know what it could possibly be about.
Well, it's about their faces coming off. I can't. You should check it. It's an iconic movie. Chat can back me up here.
Well, I'm not sure I want to watch it anymore, and also I lost my appetite. But it's okay because we have some League of Legends to distract us. Sounda went for a level 3 bottom side clear into level 3 bottom gank. Did not work out. He also missed the Scuttle Crab in the bottom river, so he loses both of them.
Yeah, and he is a Volibear, so if you don't have early impact, this pick is not great. I do think that you get another opportunity when you do it level 6, but he's got to find a way, right? Like both Mihal and Call Me have to either look for a back and start setting up plays. Because if you don't get anything done on your first ultimate, and like you don't start snowballing the game with the Nongshim comp, you're going to be in really deep trouble. There is a lot of mid-game power, I think, that you can try to play around, but it's kind of self-explanatory, right? Like the composition from How Alive, when it comes to front-to-back team fighting later in the game, is so hard to match. Only downside is that they are somewhat low on IP, but between Ornn and Maokai, it's not like you can itemize fully tank, because if you try that as Sound and Mahal, like you're still going to take a lot of damage between the Brittle procs and the saplings, and Maokai and Ornn kind of hammering away. If you maybe they even build, as we see the first Balmy Cinder already in, some Sunfire action.
Yeah, somebody call Ox. I'm sure he needs to hear about this. And yeah, Maokai, just Demonic Embrace, and you do enough AP damage. You're good. You're doing fine. They're going for a very early Drake here. This is a Cloud Drake very early on, which actually is pretty nice. You know, just get some extra movement speed. You're feeling pretty good about yourself. So the smite goes down to 1, or 2 rather.
It's fine.
Totally fine. Very well calculated.
Not even close. But that by itself, not enough. So one Sounda hit 6. Particularly PTA, we're going to see if he can make an impact somewhere on the map. And yet there is Volibear on the Rift. We are not sure why. We're also not sure what this bot lane champion is, because it's not Thalios, Jinx.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. She is purple.
Are you supposed to like put a pause after the Kai? I'm not sure. Never heard of it before.
Yeah, I don't know what this champion does, frankly.
Yeah.
Because it's not Zeri.
Somebody said it doesn't have a real disengage.
It's not Lucian. It's not Lucian Nami, and it's not Jinx of Thalios, and it's also not Xayah. So like, I don't know what that is or what it means. I have zero memory of 2022 or 2021 MSI, and it's winners. So no Kai'Sa trauma there at all. Not even a little bit.
Shiv, Kai'Sa, or Storm. Let's wait and see exactly what Lure is going to do. It's going to be pretty fun, I think.
I actually hope it's the because what I saw looked very silly, like the static Shiv into. I think it was static Shiv Nashor's Ginsos, if I remember correctly. I remember seeing a clip of it, and it looked very dumb. And very funny, and basically just one-tapping minion waves, and we'll see what it ends up being. If it ends up being the build. Again, we don't really know what champion does, so we're gonna find out. As Sounda is level 6 now, so hopefully we'll go. There we go, perfect. Good early game here from Nongshim. They're doing stuff. They're going
they're
for
doing
Herald.
Things. Nice.
They need to. Yeah,
they're
they
taking
really
the objectives.
Look at that. That's cute. Taking away a blue buff. I think Guan's just going to walk up and smite it.
No, it's in the bush. What? Okay, for a second I'm like, wait, why are you pulling it out of the bush?
They
She's
have to
fine.
disengage.
Yeah. Well, they get the blue buff, and it looks like they're going to be zoned off the wave now. So certainly Nongshim are giving away a lot here to the side of Homolife Esports. Yes, we do see the Rift Herald given over to Sounda, who is doing a great job of playing Diablo in this game and not killing enemy champions or ganking anything after level 3. But
he does only need one dive, and he is Volibear. So if he just runs bot lane now, you know, and they were able to get a kill. There's no cleanse on Lure, so you can chain some stuff. As a that did actually go down. Thank you, observers. So did get the 2 plates here, going over to Lure, and that also means Stormrazor. Well, it is 13.10, so Stormrazor is definitely really busted.
Wrong map. Where is the winter map for immersion? Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to Rye about that one. Remember we used to get like holiday maps and stuff? That was fun.
What, in 2011?
Back when Riot cared. Now I just hope they're busy making the MMO.
That actually has been your main goal for a while.
True, yeah. We're just waiting for that.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be incredible.
I've spent all of my off-season broadcasting FPS games, Chronicler.
So you're
I wasn't really ready for sitting here for 10 minutes doing nothing. I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I know we have a very fun meta, good patch coming in, you know, like...
I don't know. I don't think this is I think it
we're
will
back
be a
here
good
at Challengers, just like really hype.
It's
Yet
fun.
we're sitting here at 10 minutes, and nobody has killed anything.
We'll get a first fight
Oh,
now.
yes! Okay, we're going to flash onto Call Me. He is so dead. Doesn't matter how big the Gragas is. He also did lose his flash in the trade, so a very nice setup there by Guwon is going to redeem this early game just a bit. By the way, Guwon is the Korean word for redemption, so that's why I said that.
Cool. Yeah. Cool reference. Didn't know that. Thank you, Valdez.
Thought I'd throw that out there.
Giving us the insight. No, I appreciate it. Another plate going to be picked up here. And not what you want. Call Me getting engaged on, unfortunately, does get spotted here. Really well set up by Guwon, right? The rest of his team immediately ready to respond. They hunt to 0 in. And the opportunity for HH and Sounda isn't really there because they don't have the damage. Jiwoo isn't actually with them. And more importantly, Kaisa can join much easier. So particularly when you're looking at a Stormrazor done already, you can't really go for anything. But by the end of it, Nongshim give up 1 kill, but they get an Infernal Dragon. So I'm going to say worth. I don't think that's a bad trade for them at all. Particularly with Hextech Dragon on the map. And they can go for a bot lane player. I don't know if they know where Guwon is, but otherwise they might just try to dive this with the Herald coming in. They have a pretty big window available here.
Well, they're at least going to get plates.
That's
even if
it.
they don't dive.
Jiwoo doesn't even, it's just...
Yeah, Sounda.
That's not what you want.
He's bringing up the gold. Yes, absolutely. Is he just going to go back and finish his Jack shows?
Yeah, I don't know actually what it'll be.
No, it's Virtue.
It's Virtue. I'm a little disappointed, Nongshim.
Funneling
That
the
was a
gold
great
into the
opportunity.
carry. Bear.
No. No.
What do you mean?
No, that's not.
He got to pick like the new interesting champion on the team. Everybody else is kind of playing normal stuff. So he gets the gold.
But the point of Volibear is that he can snowball very well and he can dive very well. We haven't seen an ultimate yet. But hey, they're up gold. You know, we're not going to talk about how much gold, but they're up gold. And they got 2 dragons. So, job well done from Sounda.
Sure.
They got a Herald as well.
Nice.
You know,
Nice.
I think you take it. I think it's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you are scaling your Aphelios sub pretty well, even though he didn't get any Rift gold, plate gold, that is. As Guwon is here once again, Call Me does not have Flash, so the Flash comes in from Roamer, trying to knock him into Guwon, and that should be maybe not enough damage, as coming up from top lane as Mihail comes in and dunks on the Jace, so maybe going a little bit too aggressive there was Roamer. And even the Ornn ult at the end of it all could not save them.
And Nongshim getting a big win here in mid lane. Roamer going aggressive there with the flash, but Mihail with a really good Roamer on the Poppy. Proactive play is, Rooster does a flash. Should be okay, but might have to blow that.
Well, this is a little bit confusing as he is not able to cancel any of the CC either. And he's just taking a lot of damage, but at the end of the day, it is Poppy and Volibear, so he just flashes and gets away.
Yeah, no ult available here for Sound, otherwise it might have gone for that. So does end up living, but is going to be forced to piece out of his lane. Might have to blow his teleport, although the plates do just drop. And This is kind of the tempo the tempo generation that you're looking for from Nongshim. They also got Kraken Slayer and Jiwoo, which on this patch still does magic damage. For some reason, it got taken away on the next patch.
Yeah.
And initially, this play looks pretty good, right? They're able to, with the flash, get right on top of him. But this is still Gragas. Gragas is very hard to take down reliably. And then, even though Sauna doesn't really find anything with his ult, just the existence of Maha with a really nice roam there, good rotation from the top half of the map, good read from Nongshim, is able to pick up a large lead here when it comes to gold. And now also good setup. And maybe Nongshim just gets a third Drake and is able to pull ahead early on here.
They are, yeah, they're kind of paragliding down to a safe and easy landing in this game, potentially.
Nice.
If Homolife Esports can't
Cool
really,
reference.
yeah, you know, I'm all about the references now. It's like I went abroad, you know, for like a couple of years, and I came back, and now I like act all cool.
It's actually
because I know all the new cultures.
It's
you know?
Exchange Valdez.
It's Exchange Student Valdez. That's my skin today. Yeah. Basically, Homolife Esports are going to need to press their buttons at some point, and so far they did a couple of times, both onto the Gragas. It worked the first time, failed the second time, and they're playing against a team that's sitting back and playing a Protect the Aphelios composition that could eventually work pretty well in this case. I mean, they have an Infernal Drake. They are going for the second Rift Herald instead of setting up for the Drake, and Homolife Esports...
Ooh, a fight.
Yeah, they want to get in here. Call Me also does have teleport, so just going to use that here. And around the corner, we are going to have the Poppycopter, but Duro just going to hook onto the wall, and they engage on the Sounda. Down goes the Bear entirely, as he will not be able to join them. They're still re-engaging, though, 5v4. They still have this front line, as both the Poppy and the Gragas are so tanky, and nobody can do damage. Lure cannot get into the fight, and Nongshim will take a very strong victory.
Actually, so well done by Nongshim. I was a little bit worried when that 4 versus 5 re-engage came in, but you see the fave that they have in Call Me and Maya as the front line. And if no one gets on Aphelios, right, if Lure isn't able to actually get on top of him, if they don't CC him, and he just gets the free hit with red-white in a situation like that, you're not going to win the fight. There was no opportunity for Lure ever there. It was a very straightforward front to back, and looking how that played out, I'm getting a little worried for Homolife, because if you're not able to win those type of fights, if you're not actually able to get onto Jiwoo reliably, which, to be fair, into Gragas and Poppy might be a lot harder than I initially imagined.
And Lulu.
Yeah, they might actually be in trouble here, because if Jiwoo, like even with the Poppycopter missing, right, and Sounda just kind of dying.
Duro no hook. He uses everything into a Volibear.
True.
So
right,
then he's now just a standing.
Yeah,
that doesn't
no
do
hook,
anything.
flash from or the Roosters, his ultimate gets flashed, and then from that point on, it's a Jin with red-white standing behind the entire team. And like, I think at this point, sorry, I don't even know.
A Jin with red-white, okay.
And Aphelios with red-white.
I don't know what game this is anymore.
I don't know, man. Jin? Maybe it's because of Jiwoo.
That makes sense.
Might have thrown me off. But more importantly, they're able to win that fight, get Herald, and turn it into a third Drake.
Yeah.
So
if this were the LCK, this game
It's
might
done.
just be over.
No, it would be. Yeah.
Yeah. In the LPL, we'd probably fight like 7 more times and then the game would be over. They'd just fight for no reason, seemingly. But in the LCK, we'd probably like cruise into like a 9-4 victory at 30 minutes.
Yeah,
you know?
with Nongshim just
like, chill out.
But this is challengers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's never over till it's actually over. Until the Nexus dies. I don't care if they took the
Maybe
Nexus turrets.
Jiwoo just has a little bit too much fun. Steps forward, you know, thinks he's Jin.
With red-white, yeah.
Walks up. But I really like their position here.
Yeah. Again, for Homolife, you really need to get a immaculate engage at this point.
Rooster.
That's not what I meant, Rooster. Like, good try. Mihail flashed in, and Rooster flashed out. Yeah, the Poppy, yeah. Okay. Well, that was weird, but at the end of the day, Nongshim are just like, okay, that's fine, you know. No Poppy Flash, but we're chilling, you know. Still has his W, so
just has to
that's
stand
his
in
job.
front of you. Yeah. So right now, do you think that the summoners that are going to be available for Humble Life at the next fight should allow them to actually fight? Problem there is what I'm a little worried about is Humble Life trying to hard force fights when in the mid lane right there, right? Like you're not going to get Baron even if you fight now just because of how early it is in the game. Should probably not be trying to hard force engages when your Ornn hasn't started hitting upgrades yet. You know, when you're not that strong in general, because all that matters is the upcoming fight. If you're unable to fight and they get Hextech Drake, I know this is challengers. I know game is impossible to lose, but I have faith in Nongshim to, from that point on, kind of keep it together and just protect their Aphelios, who has now just finished Infinity Edge here.
Okay, that's really scary moments here if you are Humble Life Esports, because not only did you have to kind of get yourself into a position where you're ahead.
Nash? Yeah.
Well, this is one way to force a fight, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Throw down. Ju doesn't have flash, crucially.
Yeah.
Look at Mahal. Look how cool he is.
Yeah, and Sounda once again is going to tank all the damage. Not sure if that was on purpose, as the engage will finally come in. They take out the bear, but the Nautilus goes flying, and now there is no front line at all for Humble Life Esports. It is a broken up fight, and now we have Ju with 2 more kills, as if he even needed more gold. And I don't know, Chronicler, this is looking very one-sided to Nongshim.
And that is going to be the Baron, and also the Soul, and might be the game. 9-4 looking very, very accurate here, Valbus. Loving that prediction.
Well, I was talking about LCK, but...
Well, might still be the case here. Oh my god, they didn't have Smite, I guess. I mean, it looks like Sounda does, so I'm not sure.
Sounda's in the base.
Oh yeah, he's dead. That'll do it.
And now they are trying to engage once again. A little bit of bonus action in the mid lane. This is like the ending credits.
Wait.
And I don't think it's a good idea with TP available, although Rooster not going to be able to do much. And G is still alive, so he's not going to be able to spend that gold, though, before this Drake comes up, if they do want to secure it. Let's see if they do actually force a fight on this. I guess if he backs right away and then runs back.
I'm very happy I was able to discern that Volibear did in fact have Smite, but not able to discern whether Voli was in the pit. Now
He's
set
still
up.
flanking.
He's still flanking.
It's Pull Bay. He's back.
Pullbay's had that one good game yesterday. Apparently his first half of game 1 was
he flanking in
very
game
bad.
1?
I have no idea if he was flanking, but apparently it wasn't good. I didn't quite catch that one. But now Nongshim going all in here. Should be able to get this Drake and Soul.
This is Hextech Soul. He's just trying to zone away Guwon, and the Poppy ult doesn't hit the tree, but it doesn't matter. I mean, Guwon can't get in. Had flash, but kind of didn't set himself up for the steal. So that is just Hextech Soul to a near 3-item Aphelios. As now they are, again, Mihail's going to, this time it's Hex Flash though, so, wait, is it Hex Flash?
I think
no,
it was
it's
just
not Hex
dash.
Flash.
Yeah.
Okay,
It looked
that
weird
looked
though.
weird.
No,
It looks like he
I
flashed.
got
I don't
pranked.
know.
I got pranked.
That was
as well.
weird. Okay, never mind.
I think I think what happened. Okay, I think he dashed to Lure and then Lure flashed.
Okay.
So he tried to knock him into the wall and then he was taken over the wall because Lure did actually flash there.
So Nongshim are just really
They're
clean.
just gonna boom them. Yeah.
Like, outside of Mihail randomly doing crazy things, and that's fine, this is Poppy. They're totally fine. Okay, Rooster, nice try. It's not going to work, though. Great back away and kite back here from Nongshim. They have a massive wall in front of their super fed Aphelios.
trying his best, but like this is Poppy.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen a single killer instance.
Now they're just going to press their buttons. Guwon does get into the back line, but no turret and no front line anymore for Humble Life Esports. Nongshim, they're looking like Mr. Clean today.
I just can't help but think, what if that was Isaiah that had 2 kills? You know, maybe this is why we don't see this new champion, Kais. No, I don't think it would have been different. But
yeah.
G was dead.
Okay, well, we've gone full challengers now.
Okay, well then.
I don't know what they're doing.
He was tanking a few turrets. He does a PT now, so he should be okay.
All right, so now we get an Elder Flip.
Oh, Jiwoo.
Now the game is not over.
It's like they're so clean up until the point where they're not. Really good cancel there from Body Slam, from Call Me. In general, clean Gragas game has a disengage ultimate as well. Jiwoo was completely fine. Not any opportunity for Kaisa ultimate or any form of damage to come down. Chat, no Elder Flip. It's 4 minutes. They're going to end the game before that.
Surely.
No, not surely. Just they will.
Surely they'll just end the game cleanly and there won't be any issues along the way. Mihail's not going to flash in the backline and die for no reason. That definitely would never happen. Not in this league, at least. We don't do that here in.
I don't appreciate your sass. I think Nongshim have this in the bag.
Okay. Well, they do. The issue is, are they going to walk out of the store with it in the bag or not?
Instead of just like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. I'm going to throw the bag on the ground. Yeah, they could.
There's a hole in the bag. It falls out.
They could. That's just challengers, though. You know, we just got to accept the risk of that happening. You know. So Ardent Sensor is now
just the innate risk, you know.
Jiwoo doesn't have summoners, so maybe Lure can just find the ultimate of a lifetime, Killer Instinct into that backline, pop Jiwoo, and then, I don't know, there's no exit strategy there, so I'm not sure what happens after that, but, you know, that's a good start. Can go for that, right, Valdez?
Yeah, sure, yeah, definitely. Nongshim, I think they're actually just going to wait for the Elder.
I think they go for Nash and then Shove and then Elder, and then it's not a flip. They might get Elder, but they're not flipping it. There's no way.
Okay. I believe you. Don't let me down, Chronicler.
Look at Jiwoo. You see what he just bought? Does that look like that, like the itemization choices of a man who flips at Elder?
Well, he may not have any choice if his team decides to flip. That's really the question. Although he did randomly die to that turret there, so Nongshim just gonna push up, just escort Jiwoo in. He does not have any summoners, as they will get him in the back here, but a couple ultimates used on the side of Hamalei Esports. Lure actually doing some good damage here as Mihail does go in, providing that front line, and the Nautilus just gets erased, but you can see that Lure and Roamer are doing some pretty good damage. Mihail's still on the chase. He is just a big Ornn knockup as they're going way too deep. They're trying to get Lure though, and they finally will with the Poppy somehow, some way. It didn't have to be this way, but Nongshim will decide to take the violent route to the victory.
Man, Lure really playing well. Like, I really want to give him credit for the way that he was able to basically 100-0 call me. Look at that. That is a short-range AD carry with the team being like, what, 5-6k behind. But the problem is, there's a Lulu, right? HH didn't even need to use his heal. Has still had that available, uses it now just for the giggles. And in all of that, Jiwoo completely fine. And that is going to be a decisive victory here, coming through from Nongshim.
Yep.
Clean gameplay.
Very nicely done. That last fight was a little bit interesting. Also, Jiwoo dying to the turret that one time, also pretty interesting when they could have just ended it. But they did end it in due time. They didn't stick around and find out. You know, they didn't, well, I'm not going to say the real version.
Yeah, so it's time to vote.
Yes.
So,
well, Gragas.
I am...
Is Gragas or Aphelios?
I'm actually a Mahal voter.
No way.
Yeah, I actually think he had a really good game on the Poppy. Yeah, no, I think that, you know, his early roam was big. Press W a lot. I think it'll be Jiwoo ends up getting it.
I'm not going to vote for Call Me just because his early game was a little bit weak, but like he turned around that second gank. The game was kind of about the AD carry at the end of the game.
It really was, yeah.
So 30,000 damage, he had over 1,000 DPM. That's going to look really good on that POG graphic. So we got to make sure that he gets it so we can look at the big boom boom damage numbers and go home. But yeah, the Poppy did a lot. I think the comp in general was very nicely played. Like they understood what Life Esports had planned, and they picked a bunch of stuff that could deal with it, and then the players played it out really well. No big mistakes, none big enough to really stop their momentum, as they had a pretty massive lead with all those early objectives, and also just, you know, free farming Aphelios that eventually picked up 2 kills. So a very strong game from Nongshim Red Force.
I was, yeah, because you see the Ornn, the Nautilus, and the Maokai, right? And I was really worried about Nongshim's ability to front to back. But seeing how the fights played out, their front to back was actually, like, it was really strong. It didn't even rely on them snowballing early. It was just a combination of Poppy and Volibear being able to, like, get an individual target, with Gragas breaking up the fight. And all the while, Chiwu showing why he was able to stand in for Vital, who in the context of Challengers really was one of the strongest AD carries that we had, right? Especially before Pace came up, and why he was able to win Challengers with his team last split. You play around him, he will not let you down, besides that one death that he had when he was tanking multiple turrets.
Just some happy gaming there towards the end.
And I also think some criticism for Hanwha's early drafting. I think the Jace priority was okay, but as we saw, the combination of the Jace, but then combining with the Kai'Sa, right? You don't really have a dive buddy for Kai'Sa, and them not being able to get a decisive lead on either the Kai'Sa, even though Laura played, I think, really well in the circumstances that he had. Not going to be enough. And when you look at it like this, all right, 0 turrets to 9, both Heralds, both Drakes. Was Volley the reason?
Both of the 4 Drakes, yeah.
I'm not so sure. That's almost 1100 DPM.
Yeah.
In a 30-minute game.
At the end of the day,
crazy.
He played well with what was given to him. As some of the chatters were saying, like, it's an Aphelios with a Lulu and 3 frontliners, so yes, you know, it is easier to play this Aphelios compared to other ones, but he still played it really well. He did a great job. The game was about him. He was supported very well by a couple other people that definitely could have been voted for POG at the end of the day, but GU did bring in the money at the end of the day. So.
He did, and I will never be sad about a GU vote. This guy is a very fun player, even though often he just gets put on Aphelios duty. We know that he has more to offer. Nongshim Red Force looking very strong here in their first match. We'll see whether it can continue. Hopefully we see Hanwha Life actually adapt, because that was their biggest criticism, I think, when it came to playoffs. Even though they were a pretty strong team in the regular split, were not able to adapt at all. And if they don't, I think Nongshim is going to repeat the same thing that they did in spring and just 2-0 them straight out of the gates, because they looked quite clean here.
Might happen, might happen. And yeah, that was game number 1. Hanwha Life Esports, I feel like they kind of tried to piece something together, some new attempts at some, you know, Kai'Sa composition, but might just have to go back to the book. We might see some Xayah Rakan in the next one. But guys, we're going to take a bit of a break and come back for game 2. Hello and welcome back to LCK Challenger League. We just had our first game, Life Esports up against Nongshim Red Force, and Nongshim kind of bopped them. It wasn't that close at the end of the day. Very one-sided from beginning to end. Outside of that one gank they had, that was pretty good.
That one gank. But that was it. They had one good skirmish at like minute 8. And then they kind of just lost the game slowly from there. Wonder what we'll see next. Hopefully...
probably not Kaisa.
Probably not Kaisa.
It'll probably be Zyra Khan. And, you know...
It really does feel with how the meta has developed. We've just gone back to what was the meta in 2021, right? Pre-durability patch, where it's get an early lead, choke out vision, 100-0 whoever is in front of you. And you know, Kaisa Nautilus, very good at that. Rest of that team, not so much. Was much more about the team fighting, much more about the front to back. And it didn't even feel like they were winning front to backs, right? Mahel and Call Me doing a really good job standing in front. The Volibear got killed like twice, but it was actually all just bait.
Yeah.
As
he was just putting his body on the line,
there.
You know?
Yeah. Just looks disappointed.
For the team.
I was hoping for more, but maybe we'll get Neela. Maybe G was like, we beat them. It's time. I'm allowed now.
Yeah.
I'm unleashed.
Valdes looking extra crispy today.
Extra crispy Valdes. I think that's good, right? Because if it was crusty, it'd be bad. But crispy, I feel like, is only used positive.
My mind feels pretty crispy at this point. You know, I've been awake since 6 and...
But crispy is, like, good.
Is it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
No, crisp is good.
I feel like crispy
means
is
like
still
you've been
good.
burnt to a crisp.
Like
bacon, you know, think about crispy bacon.
I don't think you're doing.
Like,
I don't think you're doing cooking right, Valdes.
Think about like.
I have some very important news to share. We can do that later.
Okay.
Once we get into game, I ordered a bunch of chilies, and I'm going to be making some stuff. And I want your input.
I love
save
cooking
it for later. Yeah.
And food.
I mean, I was going to bring you some. That was if you want.
Yeah, sure. You know, I'm a human that enjoys consumption of food products.
As many do.
You know, that's kind of what I have to do. I'm programmed that way, so I don't really have a choice at this point. If you want to help out, that's good too. As the fans are out in droves today, it is Memorial Day in Korea. So it is a day off for pretty much anyone who wants to come down to the studio, and lots of people have chosen to spend their day off with us. Well, the Korean commentators in the studio, and with Rooster and his great hair.
Look, he's so happy. He's having the best of times.
Board Games Night with Chili Knicker. I don't think that's.
I don't think that's one of the the Cookler memes, but we'll give it some fudders. There we go, camera getting there in the end. As I wonder if we're gonna see a third game. A lot of Humble Life fans it looked like in the audience, but my game number 1 didn't really come together.
Big Rooster fan. As we all are. It's a public holiday and you're working, Sag. Well, it turns out that esports never sleeps.
Yeah,
we have cast many times on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. Does not matter.
There's also a lot of the Korean equivalents, right? Like when it's Lunar New Year, we've had casts as well.
Yeah, we casted on Lunar New Year for LCK earlier this spring.
As Humble Life. The playoffs still haunt.
It haunts me too.
The Scion?
Yeah.
You're not a Scion. He is actually, when it comes to canon, like one of the scariest characters in the game. He's massive. He is so big.
Mordekaiser is really scary.
True. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got Nocturne, you got Shaco, you got some pretty. Some pretty scary characters, but I do really think as Humble Life is not going to change up anything. And I wonder, maybe Nongshim's like, well, if you're not changing anything,
we're not changing anything.
Because we know that AP Gragas has a good matchup into Jace. This has been a thing for a long time. There we go. They made the adaptation that we wanted.
Nice. Okay, so now they can actually play in the bottom lane. That's going to help. No changes here from Nongshim. Just same old, although their bans will absolutely change.
How long have we stuck on this time? How long have we been stuck in this timeline? The Something and Lulu versus Lucian Nami.
Yeah, I mean, at least Zeri is strong enough to be banned a lot, so...
That's very glass half full.
Yeah. So they just ban Ornn and Maokai, right?
Probably. There's other 80 carries. You know,
Yo, what's up, Liam Peters?
Nice. Good shout out, Valdez.
Yeah. You said, yo, what's up, Valdez?
Oh yeah, you have to say it back.
Liam Peters is right there.
Well, you have to say it back. You can't just
Looks like
let
he's
someone
got a
say
pretty
hello.
cute doggy there as well. That's a bonus.
Lucian Nami, Zeri Lulu, Lucian Nami, Aphelios Lulu. That's variety, baby.
That's cool. It's like the remix. So they're focusing on Guon here with these bans.
Oh,
when
that
ban...
is a lot of junkers being gone. But we already know Sauna has a peak Volibear.
Hell of a Volibear, yeah.
Do you just slam the Poppy again? You know, Cassandra is banned. Might as well.
Boy Cooties. Hello. Oh man. Poppy.
Yeah, just slam it. It's this. I love this drop from Nongshim. You still don't know anything. Yeah. Well, it moves really well. You can flex Gragas into whichever matchup. No. I mean, is he reading this chat? Is Hollow Alive reading the chat? Like, what is happening? Okay, we're not getting any of this. We're not getting any of this chat. It's going to be Sejuani, and you know it. There we go.
Why must we be trapped in this hell?
Go. There is no other timeline.
Why is there no escape for us and the viewers?
We can't leave. Oh, is it Sejuani into Poppy? Perchance?
Yes.
Nidalee, I mean, Nidalee Jace, and this is actually a good comp. Oh. I guess.
So, what really changes here for Homo Life Esports?
No, I think...
What is the big change?
So you trundle.
I feel like their poke is a bit better.
So Nongshim trundles, right?
Trundle is amazing.
Ivern is actually going to be played next patch. I'm calling it now. It's gotta be Trundle, right?
Trundle.
HH is actually the biggest troll I've ever seen.
Trundle's good into Sejuani. It's good into Ornn.
I'm like the Volibear is kind of whatever. I'm not excited about that. It's meh. I think Trundle would have been amazing. You are able to completely boom Ornn, Sejuani, and Jace, right? Like you are so Trundle would have been so good here, man. But instead, we'll get Volibear, which Nongshim just won a extremely one-sided game with this composition, so I'm not gonna knock it too hard.
It's the same picture. Yeah. If it's not broke, don't change it.
Yeah. It's just the same. It's the same comp.
And Homo Life Esports didn't really change.
Their comp is effectively the bot lane is really big, right? Like Lucian Nami, as opposed to Kaiser Nautilus, is a really big upgrade. You have way more mid-game explosiveness, something that they were really lacking in the previous game. But they still gotta play it out, and
I'm looking forward to chilling during the break for an hour with you, Chronicler, after this quick 2-0. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's your call. I think the Homo comp is a bit better, but seeing how well Nongshim played at this comp, I think they're vibing. They got exactly what they want. I'm not even gonna talk about what their comp does because we know, we saw last game exactly what it does.
Baby back ribs. Chronicler probably doesn't know that.
I don't know.
He probably doesn't know that commercial.
Oh, wait, no, I do. That's for Chili's, right?
Yeah.
So the reason why I know that is because I watched
baby back.
Because I watched a specific video in which someone ate the entire Chili's menu, and they were singing that a lot.
Why would you do that?
Because it's fun. It's good content.
Why would you ever eat the entire Chili's menu in the first place?
Well, I don't think it was very good for them, but that's definitely that's what happened.
Well, you know, shout out. Maybe we can get a sponsor for next year.
I wonder when Joyce will finally leave the meta. I agree. I'm back. Get rid of Joyce.
Goddamn Joyce. I'm kind of down with the 3.
It feels good, right?
It feels easier. And like,
We'll just do that.
just more succinct, like straight to the point. You know? We don't need that 4th one to really hammer it home because the 3rd one kind of already does it.
It does. As we're gonna be completely fine. No worries, and we might have another scenario where it's going to be just 10 minutes of vibing.
Well,
We get barrier for Jiwoo. That's cool.
sure.
That's
Yeah.
that's
No
that's good
cleanse.
Lucian tech. So about the chilies. So I ordered like 3 different types of dried chilies, and supposedly, you know,
Oh, you
it's,
were talking
it's
about the brand. Okay.
no, I'm
So we're
talking
talking about what you ordered.
dried chilies
Okay.
that I'm going to use to make a Texas-style chili. I'm really excited. I've never had it, because it's just chilies. And then
Texas-style chili.
yeah, because there's, you know, chili is one of those dishes where
Are you going
there's
to
a
put
lot
ground
of
beef in it?
no, whole beef actually. I know. It's yeah.
You're going to put a whole beef in it?
A whole beef, yes.
One whole
One-
beef?
One beef, yes.
What? What does that mean? What are you talking
No,
about?
I mean like a big chunk of not ground, basically.
Okay.
So just
So it'll be some cut of
it'll
beef. Is
it'll
it
be
like
a cut
shredded?
of beef.
Will it shred?
Well, that's the point. Eventually, yeah.
Okay, so it's shredded
So
beef.
do you want me to tell you? Well, no. You want me to tell you about the specific technique that I'm going to be using for the beef?
Well, generally, that's how you distinguish
Okay, so it's a cut of beef.
what
I
it
don't
feels like and tastes
So
like
I
in your
don't-
dish. Yes.
I don't know
Just like with
which
ground beef.
specific cut I'm going to get, but you want a cut that's good for stews, right? So you want something with a decent amount of marbling, right? With a little bit of fat.
Okay.
Then you take
Yeah.
that and you sear it on one side.
Yes.
So I'm going to put all in a pan, and I'm going to sear it on one side. Okay?
Okay. Sounds like it'll be shredded.
Then, after I've seared it on one side, I'm going to flip it over, sear it on the other side, and then I'm going to take it out and cut it into large chunks. And the large chunks are
Okay.
going to go into the stew.
And then what? Is it shredded or what?
What do you mean is it shredded? It's
So
chunks.
it cooks. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not. Okay, what's going on here? Romer's getting in some trouble. Looks like he will be okay, actually. So we can go back to talking about beef. Great show, by the way. Yeah.
I really have to
Watched-
check
we,
it out.
We talked
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, it's pretty good. So it cooks, and then what do you do with it? How big are the chunks? Do you just have to
I don't
eat
know,
one
like,
chunk
I
by
don't-
itself?
Yeah, like it's like chunky like
Oh,
this.
so it's like cubed.
yeah,
kind of.
Well, it's bigger than cube, but yeah, basically.
Bigger?
Large
you
cube.
just put the whole thing in your mouth, or what?
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll fall apart somewhat, but the point isn't to have it fully disintegrate.
But you're not going to shred it.
I'm not going to shred it. No, I'm not going to pull it.
Okay, so it's kind of like a stew.
It is. I mean, by definition,
is what
I'd
a
say
chili
chili
is,
is
yeah.
a stew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've seen Sauna go for this
weird.
exact play. I mean, that's the recipe. That's apparently that's how you
Did
make.
you get this from Lunel?
I did also talk to her about this. Yes.
Okay.
I needed to get an authentic Texans input
Okay.
as to whether this was a good recipe. And she was like, "Yes, this is how it should. This is how it should look."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we distinguished what one beef means by the end of this conversation. Because I had no idea what you were talking about. One beef.
No, so I
you
was
didn't
saying,
say what the
so
cut
I was,
is.
I
You
was
didn't say
saying
how it's prepared.
So I was saying whole beef as opposed to ground beef. But then obviously that's a Dutch thing. It doesn't really work
Yeah, that doesn't-
in English
yeah, that doesn't
because
make
it sounds
sense.
like I'm saying an entire cow.
It sounds
which
like
I'm
you're
not
saying
gonna,
whole milk. Like, oh, you're not using skim meat, skim beef this time. You're using whole beef.
Well, I mean, you can use lean, but you know, it's not lean or whole. It's lean or fat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna make it once it comes in. You know, I rarely
Well, I
eat
love
beef,
chili.
but I will make an exception for this. Every now and then, I treat myself, and this will be one of those occasions. Was really excited to try and make this recipe, and I will bring you some, and you can taste it and see how it is.
Chili is on the dry side of the stew spectrum.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I didn't know there
Also,
was a stew spectrum.
I'm not adding beans because I know that that's a very sore topic. That's like, you can add beans, but a lot of people get really mad.
Beans in your chili.
Well, I mean, I might, but the portions I'm going to give out to
Probably
people call
should.
me.
Roamer doesn't have his jump anymore, but still with the Sejuani there, Call Me will respect and just jump away with his flash.
Yeah, important there was that Guwon didn't have his ultimate, otherwise Call Me might have been dead out anyway. But Prio is still there, and even with the flash being gone, Call Me does have the first roam. It's going to be again Noxian starting off with the Dragons here.
I skipped breakfast to watch this. Can we bring up a new topic?
Very
Let's
sorry.
talk about Joyce again.
That's actually one of my favorite typos.
Apparently, Texas chili doesn't have any beef in it. I don't know.
Beans, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, I know.
I've got beef on the brain, you know, you know how it is.
Yeah, I get it, man. I only think about gin. That's why the slip up happened last game.
Yeah. You're a big
did
gin
some
and tonic
research.
enjoyer.
Exactly. I actually did some research. Apparently, Dutch gin is really good. I know we have a ton of Dutch gin.
Man, talking about beans,
Apparently
ultra
amazing.
cringe. Dude, we have reached the next level of cringe. We are not just regular cringe.
We're not mega cringe.
We're not even dice of
giga
cringe. We're not even the emote. We're just ultra cringe. We've hit the next level. It kind of sounds cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Roamer's dead, I think. He does have flash as over the wall goes the... Okay, he's just going to die to lightning. And now Rooster is unfortunately in a bad spot. He will trade himself and actually gets away. And this is a big turnaround in favor of Hama Life Esports. Guwon finally going to join the fight and cleans it up in favor of Hama Life Esports.
Oh, my Rooster. That was a wonderful play. Actually, the turnaround so big there. You saw they thought they already got him. Call Me backing off there turns out to be a crucial mistake because initially on the setup, very well done. This is a Jace. Even with flash available, he's very susceptible. Poppy gets the full combo out, knocks him in, but then Sound is a little bit slow in the play. And watch this, right? Rooster is able to cancel the ultimate from Call Me with his W, and then also gets the Brittle Empowered Auto as Sounda tries to like follow him around to make sure he gets out alive. So, oh god, he doesn't know. Wait, he smote it.
He doesn't know. Oh, we got to fight in the bottom lane. Ju is out for blood. He's flashing in. He's got red-white, and he wants to fight. He'll take down the Lucian. And Duro is just going to have to flash away as well. That's all summoners burned for them. Only Lulu has her flash. But Ju able to set up a kill for himself in the 2v2.
I feel like the lane that outskills in teamfighting should not be able to get an all-in and win.
Oh, he has Crescendo too. He's going to take
it's gone.
blade.
No, it's
gone.
Crucial here is that Lure and Duro were actually behind, right? They were like a level down. I was joking about the Hex Slash. What?
Whoa!
Teleporting bear.
The tech.
But
and then he's like, wait, no, actually, never mind. Yeah, I'll just back away now.
Yeah, not taking the risk. Don't need to flip the 2v2 there when your bot lane is winning. But what I'd really be interested in is finding out how did Jiwoo and HH build like a double level lead, because at that point, obviously, when you have the ultimate versus no ultimate, it's extremely easy to go and try and look for an all-in, and it really doesn't matter what the matchup is. Generally, you almost always win that. But not what you expect, and maybe some of the early pressure that was there from Nongshim actually did work out very, very nicely.
Palmy and Sound is still hanging around here.
Why is this Jin doing that?
I can't believe Jin with red-white can actually just do that to people.
Amazing.
I hate beans, but the point of chili is an excuse to eat beans.
Yeah, I mean, there's different styles of chilies. It's a very versatile dish.
All right, this is interesting. Flash in, and he...
Guwon.
Yeah, okay, so Guwon...
It's a bit of tilt. It's a bit of tilt.
I mean, they're in a good spot. Like, they don't have to do that. I feel like they're just... They had the timer on the Gragas flash, and they're like, we're going to make this happen. And if he hits that ult, to be fair...
No. I think
the
gank was great. I think him going in and having to blow his flash was...
Oh, well,
That part.
Yeah, true.
No, the first part, I know the gank was really good, right? Like, it doesn't work. You end up missing your ultimate. That's not the end of the world. But then getting knocked back into the turret is definitely unfortunate. Big spike here, though. Stormrazor is done. Hololive should not let them have this turret, but or this dragon, rather. That is going to come up shortly.
The bottom lane is...
Yeah, the bottom lane is... Oh,
No, he flashed in to make that happen.
So
then this was just...
Yeah, the Q trying to get the prop. Might have actually killed him. So I was, you know what, go on. You're good. You're excused.
By Chronicler, I do not agree
you still
with this.
don't. Oh. Okay,
Jade's
so
just baiting.
you have Stormrazor. You can't give up this dragon. This needs to be yours. Roamer also gets a really good trade on Call Me, who is low, doesn't have his ultimate available here. You've pushed back the Lulu and the Phalios. All you need to do is play this clean, shove out your waves, take control, and get this dragon.
Seems easy enough. Mid lane here, Call Me, no TP. He's pretty low as well. He is Gragas, but it's not really going well for him. So I think they can kind of use that mid prio on the fact that Lucian got a nice back to force the streak into their favor. And as you were saying, Chronicler, doesn't look like they are going to give the streak over to Nongshim. So we do have a pretty good spot here now for Hololive Esports. Things seem to be going a bit better. You know, that top lane 2-for-1 trade that they got, plus some of that pressure in mid that kind of went awry. Still, it nets them a chance at the Drake, and they do pick it up. As now, Mountain Soul on the way with all these beefy boys on the Rift, plus Rift Herald here and a early lane swap for Nongshim.
I am worried for Hololive in this trade when it comes to money, because on one hand, you have an Aphelios who is doing a lot of damage here, and I think is gonna, there we go. Oh, gee, perfect timing on the guns here, because Rooster, I don't think can defend this, right? This is, all reinforcements are on the way. It should be on time to take him down here, though. I do think. Wave is gone.
Yeah, the wave is gone.
Oh,
now
actually,
Sound is like, I guess I'm just gonna ult away.
Roamer with the read. Simon's gonna have to, just ult away.
Yeah.
But really, really well done by Hololive. Like, I really wanna give them credit for this, because if they don't catch that play, Nongshim with Crescendum and Herald, like, they kill Ornn, then get the entire turret. Now, Nongshim had a failsafe, which was my boy Poppy
Getting this big zoom in here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Getting a ton of free damage here.
Carrie's
so,
getting fed again. This time it's
you
Mihail.
know,
Yeah.
maybe it is.
He saw that Chronicler voted for him for POG. That's not actually it's public unless someone told him. And then he's like, you know what? I'm just going to get all this gold and I'm going to carry this game for my boy Chronicler.
I appreciate.
Thank you,
I thought he
Mihail.
had a great previous game. I think the Jiwoo vote was probably the correct one, but I like to give some.
Mihail needed some representation, you know.
I think HH was another option.
I don't think he was actually.
He's
no.
Lulu. He pressed his. He built Ardent Sensor.
I
Valdez.
don't think he did anything. Actually,
He's Lulu. Oh.
Sure, okay. Guwon just really hates Call Me here. I guess after game 1 where he like got that gank and then Call Me just like dunked on them in mid lane. He's like, okay, I'm gonna kill this guy. Call Me has this flash now, and he hasn't gone back to buy for a long time. I
He's
mean,
been sitting on that.
he's gonna go back here and get
Ooh, there
Everfrost
we
at
go.
least. Can he get anything else?
Good
A
spikes.
control ward.
Yeah, for Nongshim. You
Nice.
have Radiant Virtue, you have Everfrost. Stormrazor has been done for a while now, but still a really big spike.
Now I want to eat chili. Maybe I'll make some myself.
You should.
Maybe we can have our own chili contest.
I have, I don't know if you have cumin. I have accidentally ordered.
I have cumin now.
Okay, yeah, I have like 2 kilos of cumin. Accidentally.
Kilos of cumin.
Accidentally.
What?
Yeah, I messed up my order. So now I haven't really found a way yet to use it. A lot of it is going to go in chili, but that's a lot. That's a lot, guys. Like, I have an entire, it was a bit of a mistake. And I don't run a restaurant, so I don't really know
Nice.
how I'm going to get rid
Nice
of
bun
it.
bun. I cumin these. Very nice. Chronicler will love that joke.
What the hell are you going to do? Well, I don't know.
He's gonna make chili.
I'm going to make chili. You know, that's going to
That's
be
a start,
It's
you
going to
know?
be like 10 grams of cumin at most.
It all starts with 1 chili.
I make a decent amount of Indian food as well. It's going to help in that. You know, in the Netherlands, you can even get cheese with cumin seeds inside.
What?
Yeah, it's just slices of cheese, but inside of the cheese there is
Sounds
cumin.
really good.
It is delicious. It's amazing. Yeah, I highly recommend it.
I love cumin, so...
Oh,
Uh-oh. HH in a lot of trouble. He heard... well, he's actually maybe going to go down here. Gyu also going to flash away, and there it is! Roamer from downtown. Going to take him down. Homolife Esports in a much better spot in this game. Not to say the game is over or anything like that, but now it looks like we might actually have an Elder Flip in this one.
Yeah, that is really big. Because what this
Important
means
things.
is double summoners are down for the bot lane. Jibu, HH going to have a much tougher time when it comes to contesting. I don't think they'll be able to contest the next Drake. And Guon, you know, not every of his plays has hit, but he has been continuously keeping Nongshim on the back foot, and they have been unable to take control of the game. As we do see Roamer really nicely done, is this close to getting HS as well, and actually gets in that play. No summoners were invested there from Homolife. I think maybe they used the cleanse and the heal, but even if they did, right, like compared to what Nongshim had to blow, and getting full priority here towards this dragon, really big win.
Yeah, for sure. That was a pretty nice one. Also, the angle of Duro's ult, very perfect. I mean, there's basically no better ult. So shout out to the supports in your life. Doing a good job here is Duro once again. As now Nongshim gonna set up big time for this Mountain
Good
Drake.
positioning.
And Calmy has snuck into this brush. I'm not sure if they saw him here. Looks like they have. As with Everfrost, he will be totally fine. And Nongshim in a good spot here. They still have the flanking Gragas. And Homolife Esports, they say, you know what? Take the Mountain Drake. See if we care.
That is first turret blood. We'll be able to get that. It's more about can they get more than that? Because this, I think they, I like them backing off. I do think that if Nongshim actually gets a flank angle here, Mahao gets to knock some people back, you're in really deep trouble. Not going to be the case, but getting an early Drake really helps out Nongshim. And Homolife are a little slow on these map movements. I do think with particularly the priority that they got right off of killing Jiwo and HH, they should have been able to either get the turret and then give up the Drake, or, which in the end they were able to get a turret anyway, but them not being able to get a Mountain Drake, I do think is quite big. Roamer in particular is really going to struggle if these Drakes start stacking up. For Lure, it will also be somewhat awkward. And really on either side, there is a lot of damage, but once you start applying the extra resistances, outside of Jiwoo, a lot of the characters will really struggle, right? You have either lethality-based like Roamer or Calmy, who is going to get a lot of AP, but it's flat AP. As Gragas, you're looking towards a lot more utility items, and like you have a lot of rotations of spells, but you're not really going to get a lot of magic resistance shred, not a lot of magic penetration, so not going to be the best if you fall behind early. And these dragons, Homolife don't answer back. They'll get themselves a second Herald here. Or, well, the second Herald, the first one, of course.
The second Herald, yes.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, what this is telling me is that we're just going to have an Elder Flip. I mentioned it before. The Chalk Blast is going to miss. Mahal wins these.
Mahal as a tank player he's really interesting. He's played so much Cassante last split that I kind of forgot, or we didn't really know. Like, could he play other things?
Yeah,
but
true.
I think his frontlining has actually been great.
Oh, nice turn here from Homolife Esports. Sound to NHH on the run. HH's barely going to live here. Nice block, as now even Calmy has to flash out of this one. As from downtown, that Ornult actually going to hit him. And this time around, Nongshim are getting picked apart, especially before these fights even begin, which is certainly going to help out Homolife Esports a whole bunch. And this time they actually have an AD carry that can kind of, you know, get in there, do some very nice poke damage, some huge burst damage without kind of putting his life on the line.
Really nicely done, Homolife, looking a lot better here. And you do see, obviously the bot lane is different, but I think that the top half of the composition also working out so much better than the previous time. When this team is the one initiating, everything looks so much nicer. There's a little bit of giggling.
Yeah, LCK CL Chile.
Is the Chile, is this the new, like...
Yeah, it's the Chile League. Or just Chile.
LCK Chile Global. I do like chili peppers. I also like the dish chili. Although I don't know, I assume
Does
I like
chili need chili peppers in it?
It can do both, yeah. It can mean either.
Ow. Ow.
That's, yeah. So first strike mandate.
What was that?
So first strike mandate, Airy, rapid fire counter, Storm Razor is not. It's not okay. It's not. Not. Yeah. It's too much. How long has the tweet been cooking? It's there. It'll be there at the beginning of the split. Don't you worry. Maybe before DRX their first game. As Roman had a bounty for a little bit there. Oh, it's back. Popping in and out.
Some burst here from Lure, not quite going to land. One in an awkward spot, and he will be forced to flash out of here. So, trying to posture pretty aggressively in mid lane was Homolife Esports. We do have the Drake in a minute.
Ooh, go on an angle. Mahal isn't there.
That is an angle. He's coming in from behind. He's trying to get on top of HH, who is absolutely just burst to smithereens as now they try to get out to this Aphelios that doesn't have much of a front line anymore. Down he goes, as now even a knockup underneath that turret. Mahal is just left spinning. That is a bot lane that has totally gone Mahal, trying to force this 3v5, trying to delay their Baron as much as possible. You can see Homolife Esports being baited into this just a little bit, but it should still be the Baron, I would imagine, to their side. Although Sounda is still alive.
Doesn't have ultimate though, does have Hex Flash. Do they have the damage? Mahal tanking a lot, but...
He's so tanky as well. It takes a long time to do Baron at this time. It's only 21 minutes
They got a peel
into
off?
the game, yeah. And Mahal,
Oh!
the absolute king. What is he doing? There's too much Chad in this game for one Poppy, okay? Like, what? He's still chasing them.
No,
My dude.
This is...
What? I'm just in absolute shock. I can't say anything. He's just running at them.
They're getting a temple leader for this. This is going to get them Drake.
One Jack shows
is-
Poppy versus 5.
Who is he?
This is
Who
insane.
is this man? Is he
The
dead?
he's still there. He's still under the turret. The legend of Mahal.
Wait, he's actually gonna get them the dragon.
Yeah, he is.
He has his ultimate. They know where Kuon is.
Homolife Esports are like, it's...
If Nongshim win this and Mahal doesn't get his MVP,
How to
I'm
lose
gonna
tempo
be
tutorial
fuming.
from HLE. No, I'm voting for Mahal regardless of what happens in this game. I will be voting for top lane.
I do have to say, I think they could have just focused him and killed him.
Yeah, but his energy, though.
I know.
You can't.
Look
Look
at
at him. He's still there.
I actually also want to, we meme a lot, but like a lot of his movement actually, like he dodged like 2 or 3 empowered shock blasts.
Yeah.
Like he actually playing really well on the edge of what a Poppy can do. Is look at the burst. This is not looking good.
Nongshim have gotten themselves into a rough spot. Gio on the back line is just rotating out, but the re-engage from Call Me is pretty huge as now they have a front line for this Aphelios. They are making dreams happen as Mahal gets him against the wall. As I think this is the most hype I've ever been for a Challengers cast in my life. He is just actually Giga Chad the man.
All right, I'm sold. I'm a Mahal fan. I thought no one could
But
replace.
also Call Me?
Yeah, no, that
Insane play.
Nongshim, man.
These guys are kind of
This
cracked.
team, they played together one spring. Like they've only been in Challengers this spring.
That's all the time they needed.
Yeah, but like,
They have reached their final form. Look, just don't even look at the damage dealers. We don't care about the
only
damage
Call Me.
dealers.
Yeah. Oh, Call Me and Mahal, right? Like the amount of work they're doing. Jiwoo's kept safe.
Look at
And
this.
then, and then Mahal also going for the flash, like forcing more summoners out from the Homolife bot lane.
Yeah.
What a masterclass in team fighting here, and Nongshim is saying, oh yeah, give us the same team comp. Yeah. Do it. Do it.
We dare you. The spiciness level of this chili is getting up there.
Oh, they're adding habaneros, they're adding bird's eye, they're getting
Bird's
spicy up
eye.
in here.
Okay, well, yes, the Jace is pretty fed, but he's up against 2 Mountain Drakes. on the Poppy and on the entire team, right? So the tanky boys are getting even tankier. Even the Gragas is going for a Zhonya second, so he's going to have some of that armor to handle that. And Nongshim have put themselves in a position now to win this game.
Call me.
It is possible. I say that, and then call me. Maybe he's just trying to bait them. It's not really working that well. As okay, now the engage comes in. Mahal gonna knock that Ornn into the wall. The Ornn also pretty tanky even without that. As he is able to hit the backline, kind of, but not really the most even and clean fight we've ever seen from either side.
Yeah, Nongshim able to salvage the situation there, but they do have to invest a lot. Although Calmy is getting close to actually finishing his Zhonyas. Mostly the teleport from Mahal that's across the investment is in to go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to create this front line. They will be able to get this turret, absolutely. As Mahal, once again, he's in the front, just standing up to 5 people. And to be honest now, I mean, in the past, he was not even this tanky, but now he is a juggernaut. Like, he has so much armor at this point that he can kind of just do this. And there is no AP this time on their team.
Yeah, I really want to highlight, like, his usage of his passive in combination with the Lulu shields, it's really well done. Like, the amount of pressure that he draws out and how many cooldowns they keep having to throw dealing with this man. Level 15, you know, highest level in the game together with Call Me. He's not stopping for anyone, and now with a minute, they're able to shove in, get full control of the bot side jungle, and now Honma Life is going to have to take their turn, right? Play it very slowly, get back control, which gives Nongshim so much time. 3,000 Baron power play, 50 seconds until that soul point dragon spawns, and if they get it, and Nongshim get a mountain dragon, you're not killing Jiwoo anymore. Like, that burst is going to disappear, even with all the Ornn items, even with Lord Dominic's on lure.
Yeah, it's getting to a very difficult point now for Honma Life Esports. Their Jace is kind of falling off. The Lucian, not even... I mean, he still is Lucian, so he does some crazy things if you give him space, but at the end of the day, there's still way too much tankiness on the side. As now Sounda's trying to, you know, he wants to start talking about him as the knockaway of the Jace, and now they are able to isolate Rooster. Down he goes, and the cask here is going to knock Duro in. Maybe a free bit of sushi here for the gentleman on Nongshim. Not quite gonna happen. As Jiu now leading the charge, he says, "Everybody look at me. I'm still looking at Mahal."
Risky.
No,
they're gonna try and look for the end.
No, they're fine.
You can the dragon.
They can get the inhibitor at least. Inhibitor and back, get the Mountain Soul. It's definitely a good spot for them. No more Rooster means that this is pretty free.
Rooster does have TP though, and they're sticking around for a long time. As long as they back off here, but I do think this means that they might not be able to get Dragon, right? Teleport is available for Call Me though. I think Honma Life can contest here. I think they should immediately TP. Oh, Nongshim trying to catch them off guard, but...
Yeah, they should have seen the vision of HH there moving in, so they knew that everybody was around. And even Roamer's not even doing that much damage to HH, which is kind of insane at this point. He did 500, that's like, okay. As now trying to get into the backline, they try to get onto Lure, who will flash away.
Call Me low.
Down he goes. Jiu's going to miss his ults again. I mean...
Yeah, Lure did flash, but still, not getting the damage. That is big. Call Me going to TP back in.
Let's see how this goes. They're setting up for the Mountain Soul. Call Me is back here. Do they know? As they're trying to get onto Mahal here. I don't think that's a good idea. Now, the turn onto the Gragas. They might just be able to take him down, but the engage still comes in. Do they have to follow up? Absolutely they do, as Lure goes down. And that should be the end of this. Roamer just does not have the damage, as down will go the Ornn, and that'll be Mountain Soul here for Nongshim.
This 1-2 of Call Me and Mahal is actually, they're so cracked.
They're so good.
They're so good. Like, what is happening? It actually, I do actually think now, it actually is a hard vote. I'm feeding Mahal, but look at this play from Call Me, right? Still though, like, it looks like he's caught, they don't have the damage, and then, like, gets the double body slam and then locks Lure, the most important target that they have, right down. Oh boy. Yeah, this is Mountain Soul. This is game. Like, this is the game-winning fight right here for Nongshim.
If we had to choose highlights, that would be highlight number 2. Got to get ready for the desk tomorrow, you know.
As we do.
Yeah.
It's you and me.
I have a, you know, it's been a while since I've been doing this challengers thing, but I'm very excited that I've got my first guy that I get to ban.
Oh, nice.
I just, man, yeah, I was waiting for this moment.
This people might not know if they're new, but if you misbehave, well, this got you.
This guy's name is pretty long.
Cool. It's fine. I'll do the play-by-play.
They're trying to get in here onto this Baron. Let's see how this goes. Rooster trying to frontline, but Gua not even going to attempt to get in there as now Rooster's just gone. I mean, where's the turn? Nobody on the side of Hollow Light Esports is able to output really any damage. Only the Lucian on 900 at this point. That's not going to do it. As now Sounda can just freely frontline here. He is so unbelievably tanky. Did Roamer just accelerated Shock Blast there? I think I saw the animation of it, but I didn't see any damage going to anyone on the side of Nongshim. So here we go. That should be the game-ending push as Lucian here. Lure is still desperate to try to do something, but absolutely is not going to do anything to Mile at this point. He's just way too tanky. As now the flash comes in, and the Gravitum is going to push back this Lucian. They are trying to kite back, and actually, Ju is going to go down, so that's a lot of damage now lost. Call Me makes his way over. Flash out of the Everfrost, and now Nongshim have absolutely overstayed their welcome, and they finally get that kill onto the Poppy, although Call Me will be able to trade at least with his cask. So Nongshim doing this once again, but at this point it feels even more unlosable than the last game.
It really does. And yes, they didn't end there, but that shouldn't really hold them back. Baron is down because Nongshim was able to pick it up, right? The Elder is still 3.5 minutes away. And testament to the amount of damage that I think Roamer specifically is able to do against the big Shock Blast. And then Jiwoo, in classic Jiwoo fashion, flashes forward and then immediately gets hit by Guwon. Really nice bubble from Duro there. Good timing on the stopwatch. Make sure that they get the 100-0. And then without the Aphelios, they aim down. If you don't flash forward and immediately barrier, you know, or don't flash forward and then, you know, think barrier is enough, you can end there. Is it going to matter? It is challengers, so we're forced to say. Look at Mahal.
You never know.
You know what that is? That is Dan Ox Harrison coming in hot. That is Sunfire.
Somebody
damage,
get
baby.
this man on the phone. We need to add him to the broadcast right now, so we can
Anathemas
talk about.
well.
You can talk about Sunfire damage here. That's all I want to hear right now from our boy. Well, they still have a little bit of Baron. That push happened right after they got the Baron, so they went back, regrouped, still have the buff, and now they're pushing into the bottom side. Again, 3 Mountain Drakes, and the Mountain Soul is a lot, but they are trying to get on top of, oh man, Call Me is just ridiculous as he gets in there again. No follow-up this time, though, as Lure is doing some insane damage. He's still trying to kite it back, but now that Mihail is in, I don't think they have the damage to get through this front line, and in fact, they do not, as Rooster will be going down. Mihail, you have gone too far! Or has he? I don't know, man. Maybe he's just too much of a Giga Chad. He doesn't care.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. The KDA doesn't matter. So Call Me. They're still chunking. You still need to respect.
He's trying to hold on to this game. I mean, Lure does have crazy damage, even with all of the Mountain Souls, as the Wild Growth does come in, and that should be enough to frontline here as Ju on the left side just hitting the Nexus, and he will be able to take it down. That's the 2-0 for Nongshim. Crazy game too, man. Joyce with the Joyce coming in here trying his best, but it was not enough in the end.
And Nongshim, just like in spring, a swift 2-0. Got to give credit here to the individual pieces. Most notably in this game, Mahal and Call Me. My God, these two guys were playing well. Really, really good team fighting, showing that, you know, the roster might have been different from the one that was such a joy to watch in Challengers last year, but we saw the same creativity still run throughout this team in spring, but it wasn't really enough for them to really make a deep run in playoffs or really get a lot done. This, though, very impressive debut here, and even that amount of damage is not enough to hide that. Look, you see that little cliff, that goal. You know who that was?
Yeah, Mahal.
That was our boy Mahal.
Yeah, and then Calmy came in, did a great job. Ju did some nice damage, but it actually wasn't about him this time. You know?
No,
like,
no,
the
he was
comp
just
was
there.
about the Aphelios, but Ju was just kind of
He was not
doing
the
his
main
job. You
character.
know? He wasn't the main character this time. That's for sure. Feels bad for Lure and for Roamer. I was thinking Rooster. I'm like, it's not Rooster, but it's similar.
Rooster and Roamer, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some jokes to be made.
They tried. I mean, imagine if this was like Chemtech Soul.
Yeah.
Totally different game.
It is a different game. I do think, though, that regardless of Soul, in these two matches, it really does feel like Nongshim's team fighting. When you give them these champions, you can't deal with. And this, again, begs the question, all my life, we have criticized this team in the past for this exact thing. Getting slapped by something and then being like, it's fine. And as it turns out, it is.
No, it's not.
It is not fine.
It's not fine.
It's not fine. It's in fact, it's bad. They don't pivot. Basically play a very similar comp. Obviously, Lucianami, a lot more power, but even at the highest level, we see Lucianami, although I think they're now like in truly busted territory again, does have a high burden of execution. You actually need, they're insanely strong, but a lot of the power comes from, we saw that chunk in the mid game, right, where they're able to chunk down the Aphelios. You need to get more than just a chunk. You need to turn that into immediate turrets. You need to turn it into map pressure. You need to turn that into something else, because just getting the chunk and then not being able to really find anything is hard. And I think that Lucianami is one of those duos that really gets rewarded when your macro is good, and this is challengers. So macro at times,
Yeah.
not going to be, not going to be the forefront of everyone's mind.
So we made it over 30 minutes in this game. That's nice.
Yeah.
Nongshim,
Well, they could have ended on like the 3-minute earlier
like
push.
29.
Yeah, probably. Ish. Yeah, that was just a kind of a one-sided affair. Not what I was expecting, Valdez.
We were expecting this first one to be much closer.
That's fine. The second one will deliver.
Surely,
okay,
the second
bro.
one will deliver. Yes. Well, yeah, 2-0. And maybe this week is the week of 2-0s. Not 100% sure.
Might actually be if we get the 2-0 for T1 versus
OK
versus
Bro.
For
Yeah.
OK Bro. OK Man Bro.
Okay, man.
I still. As
Call me.
I respect it.
That's fine.
I
That's
think
fine.
there were two choices.
Yeah.
And it was either
Look at his CC
Mahal.
score, man. Huge. 503.
There were two choices, and either of those choices I think deserve the vote. Call me, when it comes to the flashy plays and the teamfight control, absolutely riveting. Mahal still the POG of my heart with how he was able to...
You even voted for him in game 1, man.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
how much of a believer you are.
I am, yeah. Maybe, I don't know what it is with me and Nongshim top laners, but it's challengers specifically. But hey, this is a really good vote as well. Let's be clear. Go back and watch some of those team fights and tell me that going for Gragas or voting for Gragas is not a good vote.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was great. Good job, Call Me. Good job, Nongshim. You put 2 and 0 together. Mile done a little bit dirty, but that's fine. I'm sure if he continues playing like that, we will see more of him.
Maybe the best part about Cassante being as busted as he is that we actually get to see Mahal on other champions.
How are you holding the mic? Who holds the mic like this?
I don't know, I get bored. I do different stuff.
Yes, hello.
It looks very
Just looks
alien
really
when you do
weird.
it.
What, are you saying that my fingers look alien-like?
No, but like I felt like it looked less weird when I did it.
Is this the
This is
what
the
is it, Chainsaw Man?
The Chainsaw Man meme. Do the arms
Nice.
get tired? No, the fingers do, which is why I'm
Did
very
the casters order pizza for the break?
I'm very
Yes.
finicky in general. We did.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did. We got some pizza.
It's nice.
Very
excited.
Signs.
Bored?
This is a
If you're-
high
if you're-
quality League of Legends
Yeah,
game.
if you're bored, then Challengers is just not for you, and that's okay. But you can also just not watch it.
Take turns holding and share a mic.
No,
How about I hold Chronicler's mic and he holds mine?
I would be down for that. One of you looks like Keanu Reeves. I mean, that's Valdez?
Yeah, I've gotten that before, although I don't really see. I
think
think
if
our
you
head shape is just
if you
similar,
get
but
the hair, then I
features
could
are
see
not really
it.
the same.
Yeah, interlocked arms. We've done that before.
Fancy
Actually.
holding? That's just this. Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh, now we have to speak like this.
Oh,
Indeed.
indubitably.
Uh-huh.
Where's my
Indubitably.
monocle?
All right, I put my pinky down. Why are they holding the mic? What's up, 4 wrist, 4 toe? I've seen you on the Streamerinos.
Nice.
On the Atlas stream.
We are not in Lowell Park. We are in Tron.
This is Faker's charging room. Yeah. We're sending him the energy up the... Yep. He requires a lot, actually. It's a big deal.
Can we
That's why
hard
we have
pan
this
the
room.
mics to each side of the stereo so I can be maximally immersed? I don't think we can do that. How are the beautiful
Yeah, I
castles
don't
doing
think so.
today? Yeah, how are you doing, Valdas?
I'm great. Wait, our hands, yeah, they still do. Oh, wow. Mine feels
You
closer.
don't have a lot of space.
Why
man.
is mine so much closer?
I'm
Oh my
large.
God.
I need more space. That's just how I roll.
My arms
Yeah.
are already short enough.
Woo.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just getting over, I have to get some of that crossfire out of my system after
Yeah.
the weekend, so my sleep schedule is still a little bit
Up and down.
eat the mic, Valdez, you won't. No, I don't think I will.
It's not good. Can't need the mic.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah, it's not. They wouldn't like if I did that. They're holding the mic because no desk. Yeah, the mics would just
Well, there
fall.
is a desk here.
How do you? No, there's not. Stop knocking on your seat. What toppings are on your pizza?
Chicken, corn,
Olives.
sauce, olives. Yeah, it's kind of a
There's
random assortment.
There's some bar.
Bar.
I don't know why I said it.
Is
like
it
that.
really
barbecue sauce?
There's no pineapple on it.
It's like barbecue sauce. It's like spicy barbecue sauce.
I for one am completely fine with pineapple on pizza. I think it's nice.
Corn on pizza? Yes. Welcome to Korea.
Welcome to Korea.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. This one. It's better than the sweet potato.
It
Sweet
kind of
potato
makes
on
more
pizza is
sense
not.
because it's with chicken, I guess.
Yeah, I actually think it makes.
But it goes on everyone.
It's fine.
Let's go Atlas. I agree. Let's go Atlas.
Let's go Atlas.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on, Atlas. Let's go.
Where is Atlas right now?
I
Or
don't
rather,
know.
which level is Atlas right now?
Well, I don't. There he is. Hey, Atlas.
Hey,
what
there he
level
is.
are you in
What
Diablo?
level are you?
We're just curious.
We're just wondering.
What do you guys think of banana on pizza? That's not a thing.
Can we shout out Cadrill? He should be watching, but he's probably feeding his plant. I don't think Cadrill should be watching Challengers as well.
Does he co-stream challengers? No, he doesn't, right?
I don't think he does. No.
He's probably too busy for that. 57.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 27. And you're level 0.
I'm level 0, but I'm gonna get it. I do want to play.
It came out this morning for all the people that don't have enough money banks to go for the deluxe version and
I
play
just
it
don't-
4 days early.
I just don't. I felt like I was getting hustled. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I kind of did it on what is it?
Like it's a matter of principle.
Yeah, principle.
Yeah,
That's
same.
the word I was thinking.
Same.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
we'll
fine if
see.
you want to buy it, but at the same time, I just didn't want to.
No, I'm the same. I'm right there with you, Valdas.
As long as
But
nobody
supposedly
puts something
it's
dumb
great.
like broccoli on pizza. Broccoli on pizza sounds good.
I have been playing a lot of Zelda as well, but that's self-explanatory. I started playing even in London. Also played a really good visual novel. It's actually one of my... whenever the off-season hits, I find one visual novel and then I play it. It's been great.
Mm.
A lot of cool stories, great artwork. Pizza on pizza, that is too much, man. There's limits to cooking, okay? Gotta calm down.
I feel like I've seen that somewhere, like a meme on YouTube
I mean, I
or
guess
something.
So if you... A calzone is pizza on pizza, because you fold it.
Yeah, but that's just a
It's not
folded
really the
pizza.
same.
Yeah, it doesn't really
I
count.
do agree. Who let him cook? I mean, I do. I let myself cook. I guess it's just how it works when you make stuff. Maybe?
What?
Like, because there is always, we're always asking who let
What?
him cook and not why let him cook.
Yeah.
Have we ever thought
Nobody
about that?
asks how let him cook. Yeah.
I was going to do that, but I thought
let
it didn't
'em
make
cook
sense.
Chili.
But I'm glad you didn't let that let that stop you.
Yes. Let him simmer. I want some chili now.
I mean, stews are great in general. it can't go wrong. It just
They
does
all taste
something
great.
very nourishing.
Korea has a lot of great stews.
They do. Yeah.
Kimchi jjigae, Gen.G.
Favorite dish you guys cook?
I don't
That's hard.
do that.
I made some great hummus, but I can't
We don't
tell you
do
guys
that
about
in my
it.
house. No, but taco rice, of course. Anyway, with no explanation, guys, we do have to go to a break. We will be back for the second series, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back when that second series is ready to go.